Be the change you wish to see in the world. These words of Mahatma Gandhi's, along with the passion of women such as Emily Davison, inspire me daily to stand up and actively influence the world around me. In 1913, a member of the Women's Social and Political Union, Emily Davison, was killed when she threw herself under the King's Horse at the Derby as a protest at the government's continued failure to grant women the right to vote. Now, exactly 100 years on, by the mere fact that we are all gathered here today discussing the role of women in democracy, it is evident that the rights of women and their role in democracy and in society as a whole has increased radically. What would Emily Davison think if she were here today? I feel passionately that in order for our society, and in fact our world, to progress in the most positive way possible, more people and more women need to embrace their passions and stand up for what they believe in. My name is Francesca Reid, and back in February, I was elected as a Deputy Member of Youth Parliament for Poole. Now, I'm sure one of the first questions many of you are asking is, what is Youth Parliament? Well, the United Kingdom Youth Parliament is a national organisation run by young people for young people. This unique organisation provides young people 11 to 18 years of age to use their voice in creative ways to bring about social change. I am just one of over 600 representatives who have been elected in annual youth conferences around the UK to be the voice for their local area. Over the past 2 years, over 1 million young people have voted in UK Youth Parliament elections. Once elected, MYPs organise events and campaigns, influence decision makers, and on issues which matter most to young people. The United Kingdom Youth Parliament is a non-party political organisation and therefore seeks to represent no party political view. It is solely an issue-based organisation. The organisation's main aim is to give young people of the UK a voice, which will be heard and listened to by local, regional and national government, providers of services for young people and other agencies who have an interest in the views and needs of young people. The organisation has an independent national identity that has a rolling programme of activities across the year. The idea for a UK Youth Parliament originated from young people themselves in 1996. Andrew Rowe, who was the then MP for Faversham and Mid Kent, championed the proposal in Parliament and beyond. Then, in 2001, the first United Kingdom Youth Parliament annual sitting was held. Poole was in fact the first place in the country to hold the UKYP elections. The annual sitting is an event which is held once a year at a university campus. This year it was held at the University of Leeds, and it gives MYPs from all over the country the chance to meet and discuss issues which affect young people. The event includes keynote speeches from political figures such as the Secretary of State for Business, Innovation and Skills, Vince Cable, and the Speaker of the House of Commons, John Bercow, followed by question and answer sessions. The members of Youth Parliament also hold debates on topical issues and undertake a range of training sessions on topics such as campaigning, democracy and leadership. The main objective, however, of the annual sitting is to redraft and approve the UKYP manifesto to ensure it represents the views of young people successfully. Following on from this, during the annual sitting, the top issues brought up by young people are debated by the MYPs, and the manifesto is voted on in order to form a shortlist of the 15 top issues facing young people. These issues are then voted on by the MYPs and then by the young people from all over the UK in a national consultation called Make Your Mark. The 5 most voted on topics are then debated by the elected MYPs in the House of Commons. MYPs are actually the only other people, apart from MPs, who are granted permission to sit and debate in the House of Commons. This year, a record number of over 478,000 ballot papers were counted, and within Poole, myself and Jess Elms, who is the MYP for Poole, managed to get over 2,300 young people to get their voices heard and have a vote. Through this national consultation, as well as getting votes, this gives us a real chance to get young people involved in democracy and help young guys and girls to really understand what the democratic process is and how they can really influence democracy, not just locally but also on a national level. In fact, this debate is happening today in the House of Commons as the start of BBC Parliament Week. So the top 5 issues which are being discussed currently are votes for 16 and 17-year-olds in all public elections, better work experience and careers advice, combating youth unemployment, a zero tolerance towards bullying in schools, and a curriculum to prepare us for life. The debate is being chaired by the Right Honourable John Bercow, MP, Speaker for the House of Commons. And after debating these 5 topics, the MYPs vote on which topic will become the UKYP national campaign for the year ahead. So within a couple of hours we'll find out what that campaign is. Last year the national campaign was a curriculum for life, which is a campaign calling on the government to ensure every young person receives education on politics, sex and relationships, cultural awareness, community cohesion, finance skills and citizenship by making these areas a compulsory part of the national curriculum. From personal experience, I strongly believe, along with many other young people, that the current PSHE and citizenship education curriculum fails young people, particularly with regard to political education, which I'm sure you will agree is vital for our futures. In the current curriculum, there is very little political education, and it is very clear that a large number of young people have little knowledge of the voting system and ultimately how the country is run. This issue needs to be addressed, along with the lack of financial education and sex and relationships education, together with the other items I've mentioned. The education system should not be based solely on academic endeavour, although of course this has its place. It should give every young person a good grounding for leaving school, the education system, going into work and starting their political life. Over the last year, we have been campaigning on this issue locally in a number of ways. We've collected over 440 signatures in support of their campaign, and have also got Parkstone Grammar School and Academy to sign the Curriculum for Life pledge. We've also written to local MPs about the matter and have consequently had a meeting with our MP Annette Brooke, and who has also signed the pledge in support, and we have a meeting with MP Robert Sims later this month. On a national level, MYPs have also been campaigning in a similar way to us in Poole, and many MPs have signed the campaign, including Labour leader Ed Miliband. Work is still being done on this campaign, and we hope more progress will be made this year. On a local level, myself and Jess have been working on 3 priorities: arts opportunities, student stress and mental health. We have made great progress in all 3. The stress priority is the one that I feel most strongly about, due to personal experience as well as what other young people have told me. Only last week I ran a training session with the support of CAMS, Child and Adolescent Mental Health Services, for teachers and governors of schools in the Poole area, with the aim of raising the awareness of the issue, encouraging discussion around how schools and teachers can ensure their practices do not add unnecessary stress to students, and promote existing services. From the workshop and further consultations with young people, we hope to produce a pressure charter which schools can sign up to. It's amazing to think that as a result of voicing my opinions on the issue of stress and being elected as an MYP, how much of a positive difference my voice can make. It just goes to show that if you feel passionately about something and suitably determined, you can make your voice heard. And the likelihood is that many other young people, or anybody for that matter, will share your opinion and passion, as I found when I spoke to many different young people about stress, and uncovered that many of them had similar experiences to me. We are so lucky in this country in the fact that we have freedom of speech and the opportunity to speak up and make a difference in our society. Because of this, like I've said before, it's so important for individuals not just to accept society as it is, but to stand up for positive change. There are many people in this world who are not able to freely speak up. Take schoolgirl Malala, for example, who was shot in the head by Taliban gunmen. Her crime, to have spoken up for the right of girls to be educated. So I'd like to leave you thinking, what can I do to influence society, and how can my voice be heard? Just remember, as it says on my favourite mug, behind every successful woman is herself. Thank you.